Hey guys, I hope you're all having such a great day. I wanted to film this video of a brown kind of gold copper smoky eye paired with a red lip because Christmas is coming up and we have so many parties to go to and so many fun pictures to take, and this is just a really gorgeous festive look to pair with so many different outfits, and that just looks gorgeous for this time of year. I use, and I explained this in the video, but I use the Morphe Boss Mood palette. It's the 35M palette because I believe it's still in stock. It's an inexpensive palette and it's got so many shades to where you can create kind of this smoky bronzy look. I also went in a little bit to the Urban Decay Born to Run palette just for the highlight, but this look can really be created with almost any like palette that you own that has browns and blacks and kind of like metallic bronzy and gold shades. It doesn't have to look just like what I created here. Any kind of variation with the same sort of color scheme would look really pretty. I absolutely love this look. This is one of my go-tos for when I'm going out on a date, or if I'm going out with friends, or you know, any kind of more special occasion that's not just me sitting at home with my husband and my kids. So anyway, the most important thing about creating a look like this is being able to have the patience to blend really well. Anyone can do this. Anyone can blend, sit there and blend. You just have to have the patience, like I said, just to be able to sit there and do it. I go through some of the brushes that I use to kind of smoke this look out to where there's not any harsh lines or edges or anything like that. And I hope this helps. And I hope that if you go into this video and really pay attention, I hope that you can learn something from it. Let me know if you end up trying this look. It's a really good look for like a beginner who is just trying to get into makeup and they're trying to go with more dramatic looks aside from just, you know, a light colored neutral eye. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and let's get started. Okay, so to start this brown smoky eye with a red lip look, I went ahead and did my eye primer and part of one of the eyes as well as my eyebrows off camera. What I'm going in with today is the Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette. I picked up this palette a few months ago at Ulta, and I chose this one because I know a lot of people, it's still available and I know a lot of people have it. And so anyway, it has just a really good range of like brown mattes and brown gold and copper like shimmers to it. And anyway, it's just gorgeous combinations in this palette. Great for fall. I've really loved using it so far. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get right in and I will show you how I did my brown smoky eye look. So I'm first gonna take this more not that one actually. I'm going to take this darker, more warm tone brown and I'm going to apply it in the crease of my eye and then blend it out. When you apply it like this, it doesn't have to be super neat right at first, and I really like to get the pigment in and just pack it into the crease just so that you don't have to like build it up so much by going in over and over into the pan where this color is. And I'm trying to keep most of the pigment here on like toward the outer portion of my eye. Okay, so to get that real smoky effect here, it's going to be all about the blending, because you know how smoke just kind of like blends up into the air. Well, that's what you're basically doing with your eyeshadow. So I'm taking this is seriously like my favorite blending brush. It's a Morphe M505, and I'm just with a really light hand gonna kind of just go in circles around the outer edge of the eyeshadow that I've already applied here. I also like, as you can see, to kind of bring it up here toward the brow bone and toward my nose. Now that that darker brown is blended out, I'm going to take this lighter shade of brown right here and just kind of apply it over the darker brown just to kind of add some dimension to the eye. I'm just going to feather this lighter color brown just right over the darker. And it's okay if you go up to your brow bone here. We're going to add a lighter shade up there anyway to kind of highlight underneath. So it's okay. I like to use the whole space under my eye. Now I'm going to take that dark brown again and I'm just going to apply it all over the lid. When I did my other eye over here, that's what I did in step 1. I'm not sure why I forgot to do it up here. Anyway, we're going to go back and we're going to apply that dark shade all over the lid. And if you notice, I'm just really packing it on. So now we're going to go into some shimmers, and what I'm going to do first is apply this darker, like more bronzy brown shade toward like the middle of my eye and outer corner, and keeping the heaviest amount of pigment toward the outer corner. I applied some Fix Plus to this pigment just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this more true copper shade right above the other shade that I just used, and I'm going to apply that in the center toward the tear duct. And I wet my brush for this as well. The key here is to blend these two shades together seamlessly, and I like to go in after I lay this pigment down. I like to go in with my finger and just kind of grab both shades and just tap in the middle. Next, I'm going to grab this black at the bottom of the palette, and I'm going to apply it to just kind of bring out the corners of my eyes a little bit to give it just like a wing of eyeshadow. This is going to deepen up that outer quarter what? Just to add some more dimension to this look. Don't be scared that it looks a little messy. This always is cleaned up at the end and it ends up looking really, really good. So we're just going to blend that in really good with our M505. So for me, in the Boss Mood palette, there's not a shade that I just absolutely love for my brow bone or for the inner corner highlight of my eye. So I'm grabbing my Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which is also another great palette to use for this eye look. I just happened to grab the Morphe one because I know that it's less expensive. Urban Decay is around $50. That Morphe palette's around $25. So next I'm going to grab Blaze, and I'm going to put it under the brow bone. I'm going to apply just a little bit under the brow bone to kind of carve that out more. And then at the very tip of the brow bone, I'm going to apply a little bit of Breakaway. I'm just using a detailer brush to do this. Now I'm taking that Breakaway shade and I'm just going to apply it right here. Now I'm going to take a wipe and I'm just going to clean up underneath the eye, just any fallout that I may have, which is actually very little. So I'm just going to kind of clean that up around the edges. I'm also going to add some more eye primer just right here because we're about to attack that inner corner with some highlight. Okay, so for this inner corner highlight, we're going to stick with this Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Stranded and apply that in the inner corner, and then a little bit of Breakaway as well, just to brighten it up even more. At this point, I'm going to apply my Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Eye Pencil in the shade Legend. And I'm going to take it into the upper inner waterline, the upper waterline, I guess you could say. And then I'm going to take my NYX That's the Point eyeliner and just do a very, very fine line on the upper lid. We're not going to worry about a wing or anything today since this is just a really pretty smoky look. And then after that, I'm going to do my foundation, and then we're going to do the bottom line. Okay, so I went in and applied my base, and I mean my foundation. I used to call it base a long time ago. Anyway, my foundation, and I set my under eyes after I applied my concealer, and then I'm baking right now. So now we're gonna go into the waterline with that Urban Decay Waterline Eye Pencil again. Now that I have that in there, I like to just take a small little brush like this. I think this is from Eco Tools. I've had this brush literally since college, which was a long time ago, by the way. And I just take it with a very light hand. I just go ahead and start blending in that black that I've applied into the eyelashes and the waterline. Now with a small little detailer brush, I'm going into that dark brown that we used in the Morphe Boss Mood palette, and I'm just going to blend it into the black to create some more dimension and to smoke it out a little bit on the lower lash line. And what you're ultimately going to do here is you're going to connect that lower lash line into the upper, and then you're going to make sure that it's smoked out really good from like a gradient of more pigment to less pigment here toward the front. Now what I'm doing is picking up that lighter brown, and I'm just going to gently blend it into the darker brown and the black. Now take a big fluffy blending brush, just like the M505, and just kind of buff all of that pigment out just to create just a nice smoky gradient. I'm adding a little bit more highlight into the inner corners now, just to help bring it all together just a little bit better. And to finish this look off, I'm going in with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Lipstick in the color Pioneer. It is so pretty, and it really stays all day, and it's 100% kiss proof, which is a huge plus. So I wanted to zoom you out and show you the finished look. What do you think? This is a gorgeous look for any special occasion, for the holidays, just especially with the red lip. This look is actually absolutely perfect for the holidays. Any kind of Christmas party, anything like that. Even New Year's Eve, really. You could pair it with like a nice gold or bronzy sequin dress, and it would look absolutely stunning. I wanted to do this look because I've gotten several requests for it, and it is one that you can pretty much use any palette that has, you know, browns and tans and a couple of full like copper shades or gold or anything like that, and a black. you can just smoke it out and make it look really, really pretty and really festive. So if you liked this tutorial and want to see more, just make sure you click that like button and click subscribe, and also go to my Instagram and start liking my photos. Makeup is just something that I've always loved so much. It is something that I've always wanted to get better at, and just recently I've had the time to really focus on it, and I'm really loving it. I've had great opportunities in the past to work with different brands, and my goal is to be able to work with even more brands that I love. So if you watch my videos and if you like my photos, make sure you always show me some love, because that would really help me out. All right, I hope you guys have a great day and have a great Christmas. And if you want to see more, just let me know. Bye. Mwah.